Welcome to PatnDaPot Creole Cooking Show. I'm Chef PatnDaPot from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and today I'm going to be cooking Louisiana style chicken and sausage sauce piquante. And over here, as you can tell, I've already got all my ingredients laid out. I went on and snuck in that seasoning before I could show y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what I seasoned it with. I seasoned my chicken with regular paprika, smoked paprika, red cayenne pepper, black pepper, salt, and garlic powder. So that's what I seasoned my chicken with. And today I'm going to use a chicken, but I normally, for a sauce piquante, I use a hen. But today, so we can get rolling right through, I'm going to use a chicken. And over here I have some good smoked sausage. I already got some of it cut up, and I will cut this little link up a little bit later. And I got some smoked turkey necks. I got one whole can of crushed tomatoes. It's a large can. And I got one can of diced fiery garlic tomatoes. One can of diced tomatoes with chili peppers. And I have about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. I have all my Trinity. I have my 1 whole yellow onion, about 1.5 sticks of celery, and I have 1 large bell pepper chopped up. I have about half a bunch of parsley chopped up, and about 2 whole bunches of green onions. And I got a little bit of garlic powder for later, and I have some garlic I'm going to be chopping up later. So sauce piquante, if you don't know, it's a Cajun dish, and in New Orleans it's known as a Creole cuisine. So down here in southwest Louisiana, almost everybody cooks a sauce piquante. Piquante is a pleasant tasting, spicy red sauce. So you can make it with chicken, sausage, duck, rabbit, alligator, just about anything you can whip up a sauce piquante with. So anywhere in southwest Louisiana, if you hear we making a sauce, then you can bet you're gonna eat a good Creole Louisiana style sauce piquante. And it's made up of with either stewed tomatoes, whole tomatoes, or tomato paste. You can use it all. And then all your Trinity. So that is what we're gonna be cooking today, a Louisiana style Creole sauce piquante. But before we get started on that, I want y'all to see my little drinky drink shirt. All right, look at it. This shirt was made by my cousin, Nikita Guillory. She owns Keeks and Company in Opelousas, Louisiana. And she owns Artbox. She's an artist. So she made this good old pretty shirt for me. So right now, before we get to the cooking, we're gonna make a good old drinky drink. Today, I'm gonna make a campfire cocktail. So I'm gonna pull out my glass, and we're gonna go ahead and coat the rim of the glass with some vodka. I'm coating the rim. It consists of chocolate vodka and champagne. And what I did is I took a couple of graham crackers and I chopped it up in the food processor. And you're gonna go ahead and coat your glass like this, as so. There you go. If you don't get it good enough, you go back for the vodka and you dip it again, because you want that glass good and coated with that graham cracker. There you go, like that. So you're gonna take 2 ounces of vodka. Let's see. We got 2 ounces. Ooh, here we go. That's 2 ounces of vodka. And we're going to put 4 ounces of champagne. That's 3 ounces right here. And then 1 more ounce is going to make 4. Oh, a little bit more. Well, that's all right. There we go. So this is what you call a campfire cocktail. 4 ounces of champagne, 2 ounces of chocolate vodka, and you're going to coat your rim with some crushed up graham crackers. So let's go ahead and check it out and see how it's gonna taste. We're gonna get our little drinky drink on this morning before we get started. All right, here we go. Woo, that just lit up the inside of my body. It's on fire. Woo, you talk about good. We're about to go head on and take this commercial break. So when I come back, we'll get to starting on this good old chicken and sausage sauce piquante.
Daniel, you ready to go camping?
Well, yeah, Gavin, let's go through the checklist.
Let's check the water lines and fixtures for leaks.
Southern stocks all the plumbing fittings you need to get going.
Is the AC and refrigerator working?
I sure hope so. I hate to be hot or have hot drinks.
Southern stocks several models of ACs and refrigerators.
Don't forget to check the lights.
How many bulbs you think we'll need? You know they burn out fast.
Southern stocks 12-volt LED bulbs that last up to 50,000 hours.
Let's make our first stop.
Southern Mobile Home and RV Supply.
Since 1991, Dr. Robert Arango has provided the best foot and ankle care for his patients in Southwest Louisiana. Lake Area Foot Care Center is dedicated to your comfort and prompt attention. Many minor foot and ankle procedures can be successfully treated in office, such as ingrown toenails, skin biopsies, hammer toes, bone spurs, and wart removal. At Lake Area Foot Care Center, Dr. Arango's goal is to help you maintain healthy feet and ankles.
Welcome back to PatnDaPot, and I'm gonna get my little drinky drink on one more time before we go ahead and start chopping up this good old smoked sausage. Man, y'all just don't know. This is so good. Whew. Make me want to build a little fire and sit by it and just drink. Forget about this food. All right, so we're gonna go. As you notice, I chopped my garlic up all during commercial break. I did go ahead and I used 8 cloves of garlic. Got them all chopped up. So you can use however much. If you don't like garlic, you don't have to use garlic. Or you can use less garlic, or you can use more garlic. Me, on the other hand, I like a lot of garlic, so I used 8 cloves. So we're gonna go ahead. I've got most of my sausage cut, but I'm gonna show y'all how I like to cut it. I like to cut it at an angle. And you're gonna start off and you're gonna angle your sausage where it comes out just like that. See that? Look how long and pretty. Instead of round, you get a little bit more of a bite if you cut it that way. At an angle, like so. See that? Long and pretty. So you don't want to cut it, or you can cut it how you want, but you get more of a bite right here, more like a bite and a half. So you're going to go ahead and keep it at an angle and slice it all the way through. Big and pretty. You can get 2 bites out of that. All right, we're going to go ahead and continue that. Cutting it up like that. And then we're going to get ready to throw everything in the pot. That's when all the good stuff comes. We'll start getting that smell coming up out of that pot. All right, so we're going to go ahead and scoop this on this tray right here. And then we're going to move on to the stove. And we're going to start adding all our ingredients. All right, now we're at the main ingredient. We got the olive oil all heat up, and I did use 1 cup of extra virgin olive oil. So we got my cast iron pot all heated up. We got the oil all heated up. Now what I'm going to start off first is I'm going to brown my sausage. So I'm going to throw them in there like so and get it all in there and start browning it, because you want to cook your sausage, because the chicken, it's not going to take that long to cook. So you want to cook everything else that's going to take a little while. You want to get that going first. See if I can get it. Throw them in there like so. And that is about a ½ pound of sausage that I use, smoked sausage. Any kind of sausage. Actually, this is the smoked sausage with green onions in there. So actually, you can use any kind of smoked sausage. What? I'll just do it like that. Crap, I'm trying to grab it. Any kind of smoked sausage that you prefer will do. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put the smoked turkey necks in there. What y'all know about them smoked turkey necks? I bet y'all, a lot of y'all don't know about them smoked turkey necks and haven't even tried it. Do me a favor. Go buy you some good old smoked turkey necks from Lake Charles Poultry. Go see Mr. Danny and ask him about his smoked turkey necks. Boy, I tell you what, if you haven't eaten smoked turkey necks before, you're missing out. Just go try your pack of smoked turkey necks, go home and cook it, and tell me what you think. All right, so we got that in there, and we're gonna go ahead and start browning it. And what I like to do, let me go ahead and crank up my fire. There we go, we're gonna crank up the fire on about medium to high, like that, until we hear all that start sizzling. I got my good old 12 quart cast iron pot. And you know, some people say it's not good to cook a red sauce in a cast iron pot. But that's all I see them cook sauce pecans in, so I know I use my cast iron pot to cook a sauce pecan, and ain't nothing happening there. I'll keep it, if you keep it good and seasoned, you don't have to worry about it. That's your pot seasoned. You got to keep your pot good and seasoned. If you know about cast iron pots, then you know what I'm talking about when I talk about seasoned pot. All right, so we're getting it brown, and I'm going to go ahead right now, and I'm just going to add a few little dashes of Trinity. I'm going to add about, 2 handfuls of onions, and a handful of my celery, and a handful of my bell pepper. So, all right, while we're frying this down, I'm going to get my little drinky drink on, and we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with PatnDaPot, so don't go nowhere.
Lake Charles Poultry has a second location, offering more convenience and longer hours, but still the freshest meats at the best prices. Service like an old-fashioned meat market. Lake Charles Poultry, Highway 90 East and Hobby Lobby Shopping Center in Lake Charles.
Welcome back to PatnDaPot. So while we were at commercial break, my sausage and smoked turkey necks have been frying down. So it's been frying down, I'll say probably about 7-8 minutes, and it's good and brown, like right where I want it to be. So now we can go ahead and start adding our chicken. We're gonna go ahead and put it all in the pot right now. So grab it as so and start putting it in there. All right. I got one whole chicken, a large chicken. Remember, it's always best when you're cooking a sauce pecan to use a hen, because a hen won't fall apart and break as quick as a chicken will. So, but for right now, we're just gonna go ahead and cook the chicken, because I'm hungry. I don't want to wait 2 hours for that hen to cook. Because remember, when you're cooking a hen, it takes at least 2 hours to cook a sauce pecan with a hen. Well, with a chicken, we can probably shorten it down to about an hour, because I'm hungry. Ooh, yeah, I got to feed this belly right here. I ain't waiting on no 2 hours, sure. Gee, it's already smelling good. I'm about to eat this meat raw. What you think? All right. I'm getting it in there. Here we go. A couple more pieces, and we can rock and roll. Boy, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, look at that. Get a good shot of that, Stephen. Look at it. Get in that pot. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. So you got one whole chicken cut up and seasoned. You have about a ½ pound of smoked sausage. And you have, I got about 6 good-sized smoked turkey necks in there. Depending on how many people you're feeding, then you put more or less. But I don't know how to cook small, so I always cook large. So let me tell y'all how I get started on cooking a sauce pecan. You see, my daddy, he was the best sauce pecan cooker in the whole city of Lake Charles. My daddy used to campaign for all these politicians. Every time somebody was running for public office, sheriff, city marshal, judge, He always made a big campaign at his house, and he always provided a big sauce piquante. He'd be out there with a big old pot, big black iron pot, and he'd have his shovel. Yes, a shovel. Now, not the one you dig in the dirt with. He had a special shovel that he used specially for that sauce piquante. So he'd scoop that meat up and brown it real good, and I was always right there taking notes, watching my daddy cook that good old sauce piquante. And if you ever ate my daddy's sauce piquante, you'll never forget it, because he was the best. I tell you what, he was so good he entered it into a sauce piquante cook-off. And I tell you what, I'm proud of my daddy. He didn't get first place, but he got second place, and that's just as good. I tell you what, he got second place in the sauce piquante cook-off in 1987. Now that's a long time ago, so you know if he was still living today, I bet I can guarantee you that he would have first place, because he would be even better. So that's where I learned to cook my sauce piquante. My daddy was a good cook. Always had big campaign dinners, had lots of people come over from everywhere, because my daddy fed them for free. So when they knew my daddy was cooking a sauce piquante, guess what? They had people coming out from everywhere. And my mama was right there helping him put everything together. She was right alongside of him cooking, and I was right alongside watching. So today, that's how I learned how to cook my sauce piquante. So, we're gonna go ahead and stir this pot up real quick. And it's getting there, look at it, it's getting good and brown. I tell you what, my daddy taught me a lot. I was always afraid to cook a sauce piquante because I was afraid I wouldn't be as good as my daddy. But I said, one day I'm gonna go ahead and try it. So I decided to try it, and guess what? I can cook it just as good as my daddy, if not better. I'm sorry, Dad, but it's the truth. You taught me that good, that well, to where I can even cook it better than you. So we're gonna continue cooking it down, and then we will go to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with Pat in the Pot. So don't go nowhere. We're gonna go ahead and get my little drinky drink on. Woo-hoo!
Daniel, you ready to go camping?
Well, yeah, Gavin, let's go through the checklist.
Let's check the water lines and fixtures for leaks.
Southern stocks all the plumbing fittings you need to get going.
Is the AC and refrigerator working?
I sure hope so. I hate to be hot or have hot drinks.
Southern stocks several models of ACs and refrigerators.
Don't forget to check the lights.
How many bulbs you think we need? You know they burn out fast.
Southern stocks 12-volt LED bulbs that last up to 50,000 hours.
Let's make our first stop.
Southern Mobile Home and RV Supply.
Combray Memorial Park is a locally owned and operated cemetery that has been operating since 1952. We are located at 2701 Opelousas Street in Lake Charles, Louisiana. You can save your family the burden of making decisions alone and confused. And most of all, avoid price inflation. Please give one of our friendly service counselors a call at 337-436-0514 to assist you and your family with your final wishes.
Welcome back to PatnDaPot. And I tell you what, I don't know what's cooked, either the meat or me, because right now I'm feeling pretty good and cooked with this little drinky drink. All right, so right now I've been letting my meat brown for about 30 minutes now. And it's good and brown, as you can see. And then while we was at commercial break, I went on and added the rest of my ingredients, which was all my Trinity. I got all my Trinity in there. I added some, as you can see, I got some garlic powder in there. And then I just letting everything brown. You can see all that Trinity is already smothered down, sticking to the bottom of that pot. Look at that. It's right where I want it to be. Now that's what you call a good Louisiana style sauce piquante. So let me tell you, we're gonna go ahead and add our tomato paste right quick. Let me see, I can go ahead and scoop it out of here. That's about, 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Right quick, got that right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my can of diced garlic, fiery tomatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and add my tomato sauce right here, the crushed tomatoes. We're gonna add everything right now in the pot. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all a little joke about my friend Boudreaux. So you know me and Boudreaux, we pretty good friends. So one day, I had Boudreaux over and he was visiting, and he tells me, I tell him, I said, Boudreaux, I want to paint my house. And he says, well, I can paint it for you. And I'm like, well, Boudreaux, no, I don't want you to paint. He said, about after 30 minutes of Boudreaux begging me to paint, I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and let you paint. So one day I went to work and I come home and Boudreaux, he's just a painting. And it's July. I mean, like heat index 103. Hot as hell. I come in and Boudreaux's got 2 big old coats on. And I'm like, Boudreaux, what are you doing? It's hot as hell out here. Why you got them 2 big old coats on? He picks up the can of paint and he says, what they say right here, for best results, put 2 coats on. What you think about that? Boudreaux, I'm telling you. So, I'm telling you, Boudreaux, I don't even know what to say. I'm going to leave that one alone. So, while I'm thinking about that one, I'm going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and y'all could think about Boudreaux. We'll be right back with PatnDaPot.
Lake Charles Poultry has a second location, offering more convenience and longer hours, but still the freshest meats at the best prices. Service like an old-fashioned meat market. Lake Charles Poultry, Highway 90 East and Hobby Lobby Shopping Center in Lake Charles.
Welcome back to PatnDaPot. All right, while we were away for a little while, I've been having my good old Louisiana style chicken and sausage sauce piquante simmering for about 45 minutes. And now, of course, I've been getting my little drink on, my little campfire cocktail. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and before I get this food on this plate, I want to tell y'all a little bit about my Uncle Slim. My Uncle Slim, he's one of my mama's brothers. My mama had 9 brothers and 2 sisters, so it was 12 of them. So my Uncle Slim, he's more like a father figure to me. He's one of my favorite uncles. I got to be careful how I use that because I love all my uncles the same and they're all my favorite. But my Uncle Slim, he's a little bit more special. I'm going to tell you, my Uncle Slim, he got this pot. He went to visit his brother-in-law in Opelousas, Louisiana. And one day he was over there and his brother-in-law says, Slim, do you know anybody that can use this pot? And my Uncle Slim looked at it and it was deep down in dirt, all muddy, all rusty. And my Uncle Slim thought a minute. He says, I know exactly who could use it. He says, I got my little favorite niece, PatnDaPot, that could use this pot. So my Uncle Slim got it up out of that mud, got it loaded up in his truck, and he took it home. And I tell you what, it was all rusty. Rusty, all muddy, and he worked on it for days and for hours, and I tell you what, he got it all cleaned up, sanded it all down, got all that rust out, seasoned it real good, and he got it to where, look at it, it looks like brand new. I tell you what, I don't know what size it is or what, but I tell you what, you can cook a lot of food in there, good old Louisiana food in there. So my Uncle Slim, he thought about me. Look at it. He even made these little handles for it. Okay, so other than that, my Uncle Slim gave me all this stuff. Antiques. He gave me this little antiques. It's a little stove. It's a cast iron. It's got the little pots. Look at it. Nice. My Uncle Slim made these 2 cleavers. Look at it. It'll chop your arm off in a heartbeat. And he's put these little holes in it right here where you can hang it up. And he also gave me these little cast iron spoons. Cast iron. Look at it. Very nice. Cast iron. Look at this long spoon. I've been looking for a long spoon like this for a long time. It's probably about 30 inches long. And that's good to cook a big old gumbo in a pot or a big old sauce pecan. It'll fit in that pot like that. Look at that. Ooh, nice. He also made this long fork. It says, Most Honorable Slim, made in 2016. Whoa. And he also gave me this. It's some kind of, oh, I guess you can hook it onto your pot and you can shift your flour in it or whatever you're making. I don't know. It's some kind of shifter. It's antique. Look at this little antique cast iron pot right here. You can cook whatever you want in that. I got some spoons. Look at this, a galvanized spoon that he made. Oh, well, he didn't make that, but he gave me it, and it's old. And this is a little scooper, galvanized, and it's got a little shifter in there. If you scoop up all the onions, somebody don't want the onions, you can scoop it and put just the juice. Boy, you talk about knife. And he gave me this knife sharpener. Look how old this is. Whew, you know, a chef, they like to have their knife sharpened all the time. I tell you, Uncle Slim, you're the best. For years and years, me and my sister used to go to California, and my Uncle Slim, he used to let me turn me loose with this 1957 Ford car. He would let me drive it all over, and one day he took me in his Jeep, and we went to Yosemite National Park. Got way up there, took my bicycle out, and when we got to the top, he said, okay, you're going to coast all the way down. So got out, got on my bike, and I had a windbreaker on. So he said, okay, I'm going to turn you loose, and you're going to coast all the way down to Yosemite. And so all the way down, I was on my bike. I didn't have to pedal one time. Got on my bike and all the way coast, all the way down Yosemite National Park. And he was behind me in his Jeep. And he said all I could see was your little windbreaker flapping in the wind. All the way. I tell you what, we had so many good memories. Me and my sister, we used to get in that old 56 Chevy. Ford. And we'd go all over Sonora. We've been to the Hershey factory, all over the place. So I'm kind of running out of time, so I'm going to have to make this quick. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw this food on this plate right quick. I love you, Uncle Slim. I wish I had more time to talk about you, but I'm running out of time. So we're going to go ahead and get this sauce pecan on the plate right quick. Here we go. Oh, yeah, on top. Look at that sauce pecan, nice and pretty. Now, I tell you what, I added some of this good old white cooking wine, sherry cooking wine, and I added some Worcestershire, about a couple of tablespoons of each. And I added some dry roux, powdered roux in there, just to give it that Louisiana Creole taste in there. So look at this sauce pecan, nice and pretty. Oh, yeah, so let me get a bite of this. Let me grab one of this sausage right quick. Put that on the plate like so. Oh, yeah. Throw that piece of chicken on there right there. Oh, look at that, Michelle. Yeah, we're about to throw down. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle a 1 teaspoon of green onions on there, and we're about to go ahead on and sample it. Now I'm going to let y'all know just how good this sauce pecan is. Here we go. Woo, look at that. Now that's what you call a good old Creole Louisiana style chicken and sausage sauce pecan, but you can't leave out the smoked turkey necks. Here we go. Y'all hungry? I know y'all hungry because I'm hungry. Here we go. Let me get a piece of this meat right quick. Oh, yeah, look at this chicken. Here we go. I'm going to add that piece of sausage on top of that. And we're going to take a bite of that. Here we go. Let me blow, 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 because I don't want to burn my tongue. Let's go. I can't talk because my mouth full. That's what you talk about. Good. Saucy bon. Louisiana style chicken and sausage sauce pecan. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, for PatnDaPot this week. Make sure you tune in for next week. We'll be coming at you with more PatnDaPot.